Welcome back to Screen Fiend and continuing, and I do mean continuing with the kid movies or family movies. You got Coco. Disney Pixar is back, and they're back in a big way with Coco. Their best film in years. Coco has heart, it has originality, quotation marks. We'll talk about that in a minute. And it has flavor that you haven't really seen in recent films. It's about a kid named Miguel who's Mexican, and this is about the Day of the Dead that happens during the Halloween time. De Mortes plays this guitar of his dreams of wanting to be a musician, and he's stuck in the land of the dead and his dog. But he's not dead. But he's starting to meet characters and people in life. And there are certain things that have an adult aspect, and Disney Pixar is good at that. Blending the adult aspect, something that'll entertain the adults, and some that'll entertain the kids. And some of these things will go right past the kids, but the kids are enjoying it. And it's not creepy when you see the skeletons and everything else. A lot of parents are kind of thrown off when they see skeletons and say, "Oh, I don't know if my kid can take this." They're not. There's nothing terrifying in this movie at all. And not going to divulge any real secrets in the film, but it's a journey where he learns more about his life and his past. And it's a fun journey. Now, I must tell you, when I first heard of Coco, I immediately thought of the movie The Book of Life and thought this was the sequel. Boy, was I wrong. This film is a ripoff of The Book of Life. In case you don't remember The Book of Life, that is a movie that was on, what was it, Real Effects with George Gutierrez and his wife. They made this movie on a Microsoft Surface, him and his wife Sandra. And that movie was nominated for Best Golden Globe movie. Very, very good film. I don't know if I reviewed it, but it was a great film. Channing Tatum, Diego Luna did the voices, Zoe Salanda, and it was amazing. But this was based more on a love story. Came out 3 years ago, and Real FX Studios created it, and Guillermo del Toro helped produce it, and it was based on the Day of the Dead. And because it was based on the Day of the Dead, you had basically this passionate love story of a guy whose wife died, and he's trying to get back, and he's stuck in the land of the dead, and he's trying to get back because he realized he was tricked, and he wants to get back to life, and it's a cute story. A little too strong though, I thought, for kids with all this dying and stuff. But if you realize the Mexican culture, they understand this as far as the Day of the Dead and over there with relatives and everything else. So it was the same premise. It's like they saw the story, a lot of similarities. They took what they liked out of the story, made that the whole big thing, in the Book of Life, him coming back to the land of the living. wasn't the main focus point of that movie. In this movie, Coco, that seems to be the main focal point of the movie. Him coming back to the land of the living and finding out about himself and his family. As his family doesn't take his wanting to be a musician very seriously. So you see a ton of similarities. Um, I don't know if there's a lawsuit in place. I really don't, but it could be. Who knows? But this is definitely dancing on the same minefield. But anyway, Coco as a movie is incredible. 3.5 stars out of 4. I'm out.